Okay, so main thing we discussed, width of stance needs to get a bit wider, okay? You certainly are a bit wider there than you are with that one there. Maybe about an inch or two either side of your feet, but not much, but enough just to give you that confidence that, hey, I can actually move now without going to fall over, okay? Now your lower half is certainly quieter in both cases. There was your backswing before, okay? So quite short and a bit quicker than we wanted to. Give yourself time for that club to travel up there. The longer you go back, the more power you're going to create going back this way, whereas before you sort of went back really quickly to try and get speed as opposed to building up length. So the longer that club goes back, the more power. As you come back to the golf ball, lovely strike, and as you twist it, we say just hold that finished position there, you're now more on top of the golf ball, whereas this one here now, if we watch on the left hand side, you
hold it there,
through,
good.
You can see everyone just wants to lean back this way because you're sort of uncoiling the shot. You're still in that position well after the shot's been hit. There's no movement back, whereas this one, because that club's gone through a bit shorter, a bit jabbier, and when you finish the swing, it all recoils back, and your weight kind of fixates back on this foot. And if you actually watch your swing, this foot never really moves that much. It sort of slightly rises a bit off the ground, but for the most part, your weight's fixated on that back foot. Whereas this one here now, as we swing through, okay, stays nice and stable going back. As we twist through, he stays up on that foot there, you're staying up there, and your right hip now, so that movement through there is going to take a lot less stress off your back, because if your hips don't really twist through, your shoulders will always turn through to 90. You're on a shorter, quicker swing. When you finish this swing now, your shoulders are pretty much through to 80 degrees, but your hips are wide open still. So if your hips are sort of still back there and your shoulders are turned through that much, it's going to be tough to try and then get any pressure on your back. You're going to put a lot of stress on your back, but if you can get your hips there and your shoulders and everything more in line, it's a lot less pain on the lower back, you see. So the lower back being a little bit less stressed and a wider base, you're able now to make a swing and feel more confident, I suppose. You can hit a golf ball.
Yeah.
The thing is, when your feet were narrow, and you said yourself you felt your swing was quite short and a bit jerky and jabbing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Part of the reason for that was because you didn't really want to twist through, because you couldn't. So your swing was always going to its extreme backswing length and then trying to get power. And because you couldn't move that far, because it was too narrow, you were losing distance. So in your mind, to get more distance, I've got to try and swing that club faster going back to get more speed coming down. And then the faster you swung through, the more your body was sort of thrown about because your feet were too close. And then your swing would just get shorter and shorter and shorter to try and maintain some balance, to the point where your swing, obviously exaggerated, Ronnie, but got to the point where it's sort of a real sort of how quick can I finish the swing, rather than, and this is an exaggerated version, a nice wide base, swing it back, just get nice and relaxed, and then just swinging through, just get some rhythm. Same with your putting, as we said, get that rhythm back into your swing, helps you get a better strike down without a doubt, rather than making it short, jabby and quick, you see. So does that make sense? So yes, so wider base,
It does.
and build the power up. Don't just, it's not like a Zorro sort of movement, sort of with the sword thing.
There's two things, I think.
Yeah.
First of all is the grip, I think.
Yeah, the grip's made a massive difference. But before,
because even though I felt that I probably wasn't hitting it quite as far,
yeah,
they was more consistent.
yeah.
So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, golf is consistent.
Without a doubt, 100%.
So,
100%, yeah.
And then, of course, now you've said that my stance, I was too close.
Yeah.
Too close,
Mm.
that's fine. That's easily adjustable. And the grip on that, then, you know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it all transcends to the next thing. Okay, so if your grip was what it was, you can't create that hinge that we talked about. So if we can't hinge the wrist, you have to then lift, and if you can't then lift, you just get very jabby. So now your wrist can hinge. That's part of the reason why your backswing is as longer as it is now, because you're able to hinge the wrists, because your left hand's on the club in a position that allows you to do that, you see. So it all sort of goes hand in hand. So wider base gives you the stability, grip gives you the hinge. Now you can just build up the power, hold that finished position, you can strike it as you are now. So